Assalamu alaikum, shalom, and welcome to this video. This is again not a review, it's just one or two experiences which I would like to share with you. In this case about my amp, the XTZ or XTZ, I don't know how to pronounce it, Edge A2-300. I think it looks better in white, but there is no option in white, so I covered it with a paper. So it's open on both sides. Now, my experience is that I can use it as an integrated amplifier. I thought about it, I wasn't sure, and I wanted to try it, and my experience is it is possible. And why? Now, you have to, or you don't have to, but I see it as an integrated amplifier without a remote. That's it. That's everything it lacks, in my opinion. And yeah, I thought, is this volume knob easy to turn around or not? And what I can't think about it, I have to try it. And it is possible, it is quite easy to turn it. And very sensitive, so it doesn't jump into too loud, I don't know how to call it. It doesn't get too loud too fast. And that's what I need. The only thing, my only complaint about this amp is that it has only one input. One left and right analog input. So what I could do, I could split these two inputs, so the left channel and the right channel, into two. Then I would have two inputs, but I don't do that. What I could do also is, so I don't have to use a cable with a DAC, I'm using the Monoprice USB DAC with an adapter for my iPhone. I could also use such a Bluetooth receiver, in this case from Ölbach, I think it's called BTX 1000. I could use this one, so I wouldn't need a cable. So full with the focal area or focal Aria speakers I will maybe talk about in another video. Now I would like to demonstrate you how to use the A2-300 amplifier as an integrated amp. Now, Spotify. I don't know if there is a song that is copyright free. Copyright free music 2020. Okay, let's see. That's Lost Again. Now I can change volume using my phone or using my DAC up and down. Okay. But what I wanted to show you is that I can use the amp as an integrated amp. Now listen carefully. Turning down. and turning up. I like that song, and usually this is my listening position. Now I have to walk to my amplifier again. I guess that's the only downside of this approach. But as I told you, if you don't want to go to your amplifier every time you want to change something, you could buy a longer cable. I would need 3 meters, or I guess it's about 9 feet. And or I could use, as I told you, this Bluetooth receiver, and then I could use my phone as a remote. Yeah. So, as I know some of you just hate on me when I don't talk about the sound of a device I make a video about, I will talk about the sound of this amp. It's a Class D amp, and I am quite experienced with Class D amps, and there is one thing that makes this amp stand out of the row of all the Class D amps I used before. This amp doesn't sound as Class D-ish as the other Class D amps I tested so far. Maybe you can check out the other videos. I tested a Class D amp from ELAC, from Yamaha. Then I had a lot of I had a lot of active speakers, and not all of these, there's one exception, but almost all of these active speakers have an Class D amp built in, and this doesn't sound as, how do I say, as cold or as analytical, even though it's very detailed, and you can use it for critical listening. But it is not, I say it is not so cold, not so, I don't know if glary is a word, I don't know, or glassy, I don't know, but this sounds, especially at the top end, just a little bit analog, just like a Class AB amp. And just please keep in mind, it's not sounding exactly like a Class AB amp, but with a little bit of that style. Now, it is very clean. It is, to be honest, the best Class D amp I have so far. I tried at home. And that's maybe because I'm listening at low volumes, and I never listen at loud volumes, at high volumes. Maybe that's the reason why this amp is so recommendable. I don't know if that word exists, but I can recommend this amp in almost any way. If you have a streamer or a CD player with a streamer built in, just connect it to this one input. And if your streamer has an preamp built in, that's the way to go for little money. And that's what I like about it, because when I pay more, okay, then maybe I would get more. There are a lot of amplifiers I would like to have if I would pay more, but sound-wise, this is so good. Paired with my vocal speakers, I guess this amplifier can drive a lot of stand mount speakers. I didn't try them with floor standers. Maybe that's a different story, but these vocal speakers sound amazing with this amp. And I'm just streaming Spotify. I didn't try Tidal yet. And it's so detailed, it's fast. I know I'm also talking about the speakers and the room I'm listening in, but that's all I have, and that's the experience I can share with you. So if you are thinking about buying one, this is one further, this is one experience you can consider. This amp is really, I think it is not that easy to get bass out of these speakers, because these speakers, in my opinion, really lack a bit of punch in the low end. But this amp, yeah, manages it to make them sound a bit more full-bodied. The mids are very natural, so that's one thing I would like to tell you. This amp speaker combination in this room makes the mids, so especially the male voices and a bit deeper female voices, sound so natural. Guitars, I know guitars are not only in the mids, also in the highs, sometimes also in the bass region, but make them sound so natural. I guess that's also, I know, due to the flex woofer of the speakers, but it's just beautiful. For little money you can get such a good amplifier, such a clean, good sounding, not this cold style Class D amp. I'm impressed, to be honest. And there is one more thing. I talked about the top end. I know some reviews or some reviewer or some YouTuber or whatever who said that these speakers can sound, I don't know if they said spicy or just a bit harsh because of their tweeters. But to be honest, in this room with this amplifier, these speakers just sound sweet and not harsh whatsoever, not at all. No harshness, no biting highs, nothing. It's so sweet, and I think that's the room and the amplifier. Yeah. If you have any questions, if there is something I didn't talk about in these 14 or 15 minutes, just ask me. I usually answer within a few minutes or hours. Just ask me. Yeah, that's it with my review, or no, not review, I'm sorry. This is not a review. This is just my experience. I think I'm not able to make a good review. It's just one experience. So if you want to buy it, you can listen to my thoughts, and maybe that makes your information about this amp a bit more comprehensive, I think it's the right word. And yeah, that's it. So see you in the next video. I don't know if I will talk about the Focal Aria in an own video, maybe. I'll post it if I do it. I'll not post it if I don't do it, but this amp gets my recommendation. So if you don't want to pay that much, just buy this amp, and you have a streamer or a CD player, and this is really usable, in my opinion, as an integrated amp. So, bye bye.